What is up everybody, welcome to another stock market video, and today we're going to be talking about NIO and hitting an all-time high of $48 and in the same time doubling my returns. We're going to look into the main factors that has caused this rise from my last video about a month ago. NIO is having their Q3 earnings on November 17th, which is very soon, and with them breaking production records month on month, we can potentially see the stock going over $50. Please hit like to support the channel and subscribe if you're into investing. With that said, let's get on with the video. So just having a look at the holdings that I have in my hatch, we can see the current value is $10,420 and a current return of $6,906 and I'm up 196% on this. We can see my average cost here at $16.29, and that slowly goes up as I buy more shares over time, and the current price I have here is $48.30. And the total shares I have is 215, and that makes up 60% of the portfolio. Here's my transaction history, just showing you that I dollar cost average, but as you can see, the stock price is going a lot higher than I'm able to put money into it. So looking at the current price, it's at $48.30, and in the last month, you can see that it's significantly gone up. So if we just grab these two data points right here, we can see that basically inside a month, it's gone up by 123%. And clicking over to the 6 months chart, we can really see here it's just been constantly moving up. So having a look at here at TradingView, this is how I track the stock price. So as you can see, typically NIO will rise and then come back down and consolidate. After a while, it then rises and then consolidates again, having these mini wedges. So what's happened here is it's had such a large breakout because of these price upgrades, and a lot of institutional investors have gotten in pushing the price up really high. So my previous low was at $22.56. I'm now going to raise that up to the lowest red candlestick. I'm then going to move my highest price target up into the highest of the green candlestick. So this is going to be the range that I'm looking to buy in, hopefully at this lower end below $40. So what we can learn from this is when there's market instability, what's going to happen is that when the share price drops down, there's going to be a lot of resistance here, and from here, depending how bad things are in the market, it's either going to go down to the next tier into the $25 mark, or it's going to bounce back up again, because there's going to be a lot of buying pressure as soon as it gets close to this resistance points. Just remember, this is just a basic overview. I don't really know much, but this is just what I know from it. So having a look at Bazinga.com and its Analyst Ratings, the last upgrade that I did a video on was $40. I jumped from $24. Really, this price upgrade here by JP Morgan that I did a video on was really the cause of why the stock jumped up so much. After this, I believe it got a lot of media attention all across YouTube and a lot of investing websites. And it's crazy to think that the price target they had here is below $10. So this website called Fintel here is where we can see the big institutional investors buying into NIO. So reading here, institutional and fund ownership buyers, major holders that have opened up new positions in NIO Inc. And as you can see, they've been buying in big amounts. And one of the biggest holders is Billy Gifford and Co., where they're still adding shares even though they have a big position already. And you can really see here the amount of money being put into NIO by institutions over the last few weeks. If you have a Twitter account and you're really interested in NIO, I highly suggest that you follow their account. So reading this article on October 29th, 2020, the 5,000th mass-produced vehicle of the month rolled off the assembly line from the NIO Advanced Manufacturing Center in Hefei, marking the first time that NIO's monthly production exceeded 5,000 units. So this is really a good indication of them ramping up production and the demand that these vehicles are generating. So with our attention to the upcoming Q3 earnings for 2020, we can have a look back, and right here on 2019 Q3, they actually delivered for the whole quarter of Q3 only 4,799 vehicles. So this really goes to show that producing 5,000 vehicles in October in 1 month is a major milestone. And this is why really I believe that Q3 earnings is going to be very good, because if they can produce 5,000 vehicles in 1 month as opposed to the whole quarter, it's really going to show in their financials. So the other thing I want to touch on is what I actually think has helped NIO out. Chinese economy at the moment is very strong because they've controlled the effects of COVID-19, where the cases in the US are going up to all-time highs. So during the volatility of the election, some giant fund managers actually sold Apple and Intel to buy stocks into NIO and Zoom. And this is just to get money out from the US companies and into Chinese stocks where it's a lot safer. So with Biden winning an election, he's known for supporting clean energy. So this is really going to flow down to the electric car makers. So other Chinese EV stocks have also benefited, including Xpeng, Li Auto and Kandi. as they've all had good increases in their share price. So my current thoughts is that NIO is pretty overvalued at the moment if you compare it to other automakers. The massive rise in the share price is not normal and a pullback is expected. In saying that, the stock has a lot of momentum at the moment with a lot of institutional investors putting their money into it, so we don't really know when that pullback is going to be. Going forward, I think there's going to be a lot of good news in the Q3 earnings. It's going to show a lot more cars being built, a lot more revenue coming in, and also them trying to fulfill the backlog of cars because there's a lot of demand for their vehicles. There's a lot of media coverage about NIO, and you can also see it in other YouTube channels. Further good news is that they'll also be expanding into Europe in 2021, so people are getting really excited about that. So this isn't stock advice, this is what I'm just doing personally. I'm just going to hold fire just after the Q3 earnings and just see what happens. I already bought 20 shares about 2 weeks ago, so I'm currently just trying to save money and waiting for the pullback to occur. So then when it drops down a little bit lower at a 10 to 15% discount, I'm able to buy some more. Also in 2021 January, we have NIO Day and they're going to be releasing their 4th car, which is going to be a sedan. So bad news also needs to be considered in the form of a correction due to this rapid rise. So we could potentially see the stock drop right down to $40 or even $35 if bad news comes out. Also, NIO's market cap has now exceeded BMW and Ferrari, which really shows how far the stock has gone. One of the biggest risks at the moment is that if they decide to do a capital raise and dilute the shares, this will have a negative impact on the stock. So long term, I'm still going to be very comfortable and I'm still going to be buying into them because I know that within 2 years, I reckon this is going to hit $100. Well, that's enough for me today. Thank you for watching. May the gains be with you and I'll catch you on the next one. Goodbye.